What if you could look at traffic in 3D? We're going to check it out on this special episode of Taking Off. Hi, I'm Dan Milliken, and this is brought to you by Gold Seal, groundschool.com, and Wingfield Aviation. We are continuing our look at OshKosh EAA AirVenture 2021. One of the things I caught up with was PixelaLabs, who makes 3D gaming, and they're taking that technology and putting it into the cockpit, which is resulting in some really cool and helpful stuff. So take a look at this with Ron Monsen.
All right, Ron, thanks for taking some time to chat with me. You guys have a new app, X Attitude. Tell me about what you got.
Well, basically, it was the desire to fill in the gaps of EFBs, electronic flight bags. EFBs, we all fly with something on our lap or something posted on the thing. I fly with ForeFlight, but I know people fly with WingX and so forth and so on. But those devices seem to miss a couple of different things that I think that we're trying to fill in. One of them is traffic display. Our app here basically gives you a full 3D traffic display that you can rotate around. You can see aircraft underneath you, and you'll see traffic over you. And as also, you'll see the traffic relative to your position on the clock. So if you have a passenger on board that wants to help out watching for traffic, this is a perfect example. They'll be very familiar with this kind of interface. Everything is touch screen. So one of my pet peeves with some of the other displays is whenever you need to zero, all you have to do is use your finger to zero out the attitude indicator. Some of the other devices, you have to go through some real convoluted zeroing methodology to do that. The new and different here is indicated airspeed.
Okay.
The airspeed over on this side is all indicated airspeed.
Because all of my stuff is ground speed.
Exactly,
based. Yeah.
exactly. It's all so we're indicated airspeed centric, which is and specifically to your airspeed indicator. We consider your airspeed indicator ground truth. Now, as it turns out, if you're trying to compute indicated airspeed from your ground track, even if you know the wind information, it falls apart as you get slower and slower. As the airplane angle of attack goes up, you're still moving forward like this, but your airspeed indicator is getting a lower reading than you're actually going to get with a GPS reading. So what I have in here is a calibration. You can do a very complex calibration to make sure that the indicated airspeed from your aircraft exactly matches the indicated airspeed of that we're showing here on X Attitude. You'll get a graph showing the points, and you could do a nonlinear, because it could be a nonlinear relationship. The whole idea is to get the indicated airspeed here to be as closely as possible to your indicated airspeed. The other thing that we do is is an angle of attack, or stall type looking at computation. There's two ways you can do that. One is that you can actually measure it, like the bomb people do, the eye-level people. They actually measure an angle of attack, and we use that here as well. But you can use proxy data to get angle of attack. And that includes G-forces on the airplane, airspeed, a bunch of other things, and those are all calculated and put into the device. We have bunches of different things that we want to have as pilots. We want a lot of runway, we want a lot of altitude, we want a lot of airspeed. There's two other things. One is situational awareness. You can't get enough of that, and backup or redundancy. And so that's where this falls in. Just basically mount it on the panel. We've got a whole bunch of different ways you can mount it, and we even have a free downloadable 3D cover, because when you put a phone or something in the sun, you know how fast that lasts. So this 3D cover protects it and insulates. It's a free download. And there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of different ways you can do it, or if you have a passenger holding the phone. So
where does this get the data? Does it have its own AHRS that you have to buy and do, or do you use other people's AHRS?
Good question. So we support a bunch of different devices, such as Stratus box, bomb, eye level, all of those different devices. Whatever the device has, we can do it. If you have no devices and all you have is your cell phone, it'll make an AHRS out of it.
Oh, really?
It'll make an AHRS out of your cell. Now you won't get ADS-B traffic from your cell phone, but you will get AHRS.
Okay.
One interesting thing is that if you go on to the Google Play Store or any of the different places and try to download an attitude indicator, they don't work in an airplane. I don't know if you've ever tried it.
No, I haven't.
They don't actually work. Why? Because the MEM sensors in your phone only respond to G forces up and down. They think down is always where the G is. So if you roll into a 60 or 70 degree bank, it thinks you're straight and level.
Right.
They don't have proper gyros is the point. So what I do is we compute the angle based on GPS and then add in the little bit of changes that you see from your phone.
Sum up how you're different from the competition.
First of all, indicated airspeed, always indicated airspeed. There's actually one other company, Aviation, Austin Meyer, that does indicate, but he pulls it from all of the weather data in the area, which I've never seen it actually match. So indicated airspeed, you get wind information immediately. You immediately see where the wind is coming at you, whatever angle the wind is. There's basically a lot of features that are between all of the regular EFBs. And I guess that's the best way to summarize it.
That you fill in the gaps.
Fill in the gaps, exactly. Our intention was never to repeat. Well, there's going to be some duplication, but not to repeat. Because we want this to be in the cockpit as a redundant device on your phone, mounted somewhere. You don't think about it except you use it from time to time. You're flying off your flight, and you're doing other things like that. We are going to add some fun stuff down the road, though. I had it up here for what it's called a tactical display. So we have ADS-B information. So why not make a little video game out of it and shoot down ADS-B traffic?
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're game developers as our main feature.
I saw that demo that you sent. I thought that was great because it'd be fun to shoot down Brian Turner's Grumman.
Exactly, right, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be hard either. You go so slow. So, Ron, thank you so much for showing us this.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.